Hello everyone, welcome to another YouTube video. Please make sure you like, share and subscribe. Comment also. We'll always watch and respond to all the comments in the section. So today we caught an Euro USD trade of 1 to 3, which we're gonna break down now. So what do we do? First of all, let's start with the line charts, right? We have a level of liquidity, right? And when we have a level of liquidity, we look for a liquidity sweep into that area. Then price, of course, is going to reverse to take out the opposite liquidity in the other end. But while doing so, most often than not, price would create some sort of liquidity for price to take out internally before finally going to target. Now, let's go to the live chat to explain it properly, exactly what we're talking about, right? So, this is the chart, guys. So in the London session, or before London session, we had Frankfurt creating a sweep of the Asia session. Now, most people would see this as the inducement of the day. Most people will see this as the inducement of the day, but it is not the inducement of the day. Yes, it can sweep the highs, but as long as it has only done exactly what it needs to do, price is going to go back to take them out most often than not, most of the time. So moving on, we had the sweep right here of this level of liquidity of this Asian eye. Then price came back down to sweep this level, which was a liquidity area from the left, as we can see right here, right? Price swept those levels. And after price swept those levels, what do we also realize? We realize that price bounced back to the opposite direction. Now I'm going to go to the 5 minutes and 1 minute to explain further exactly what the thought process was for this trade. Okay. Now the aim for me was for price to come back lower, mitigating this particular order block here, and then take price back to the upside because we've swept a certain level of liquidity from the left. And then what did price do? Price did come down. I wasn't in this trade. Price did come down and then bounced back up to the upside, creating almost like an equal highs, and then we later add a sweep. So now the question brings about, where is price going to? That's the bigger question. Where is price magnetizing towards to, right? So I go to the left, I look for levels of liquidity, clear levels of liquidity, areas that are very, very clear, and you can tell that, oh yes, this is a liquidity area. We can start from the 1 hour so that it could be clearer for those people that are new to this channel. What are we looking for? We are looking for levels that has been mitigated before for them to become a liquidity point, right? So which area is going to serve as the first level? This is an order block. If you drag it across, do we get any mitigation? Not on this time frame. We scale back into lower time frame. What do we see? We can see series of mitigations happening here, right? You see the price go up, come back down. This guy continued to push back to the downside. This one mitigating this level, coming back down, and creating a bunch of liquidity in this area. So many bunch of liquidity. Aside from that, what do we also notice? That OB that we had drawn earlier, we can see right here that it was actually mitigated, right? You can see right here it was actually mitigated. If you go to the 30 minutes time frame, we can see this exactly, right? So because this has been mitigated and gave a reaction, that becomes our level of liquidity. Just like this. So now we've had a level of liquidity. We would have entered if this SL or this SL, if this stop loss area wasn't so big. If it was just like 1 to 10 pips stop, or 14 in fact is fine, but this is just so much. I mean, look at that. That's like 19 or thereabout, 35. So that is so much. So we needed an extra confirmation in our level to look for the right entry. So this is where lower time frames comes in, right? So now price has induced something. We need to look for where where we are going to exit first. The right area for exit would be where? Would be here. And the reason is because of why? We can see price mitigating this level right here, automatically making that level a liquidity area. And then it didn't stop there, it continued to pile up the liquidity junctions like this. So when I see things like this, I understand, okay, this is definitely where price is coming to magnetize towards. Then I go back to my lower time frame. I'm looking for the right entry now, because without the entry, everything is just so much talks without works, right? So what is the right thing for me to do? Remember, the same way, just like the higher time frame, is the same thing on the lower time frame as well. We need to firstly identify the traps. You can see this guy coming to mitigate inside of here. That's a mitigation coming from this block, right? Is there any other follow-up? Of course, yes. As you can see, what does that do? It makes everything above here become a liquidity. And then that is where we execute from on this lower time frame. Put our stop above this high. That's the 5 pip stop, way much better. What are we going to target? The liquidity below, like so, which is 4.5% approximately. And this was how the trade played out. Simple, no stress, no problem. Now I'm going to draw the diagram again. Why did we anticipate price going higher in the first place? It was because price built up so much liquidity to the upside, and then Frankfurt came and then swept all of those liquidity, and then we're expecting price to keep going higher, but instead what did price do? Because price was naturally a downtrend, price came, swept the level of liquidity on the lower time frame, gave us some certain kind of confirmation, like this on the lower time frame. Price took it out and then continued to the downside. So this is exactly what price did today. Then we had the sweep of this level. Then price created some mitigations inside here, making it like a trend line. Automatically, this becomes the liquidity, and then you have your other block inside here, targeting the trap that is inside. You can target the low, and exactly this is what we had. So I hope this helps you guys understand how liquidity work, how trap works, and exactly how we trade our inducements and traps. See you on the next video, guys. Peace, everyone.